welcome to my stamp studio. I'm Beth Maxwell, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today is Wednesday, February 26th, and it is Hump Day. So that means we have a fun little lunch break today, and I'm just waiting here to see my feed. I'm not seeing that I'm live, so if you just give me a moment, I just want to make sure that I'm live. We're going to be featuring, we're going to do one layout and 3 different cards. So why in the world am I not seeing my live? Okay, shows that I'm live, but I'm not seeing the feed. There we go. Now I see it. All right. So if you're joining today, welcome, and let me know that you're there. Say hi, and I would love for you to share what you're having for lunch today. All right. So I'm going to get going, jumping right into these cards because it is lunch break. We only have a little bit of time, right? So we are going to start with our Friendly Seagulls. This is a stamp set that you can get free from our Stampin' Up! Celebration sale right now. So when you spend $60 in my online store, you could pick this stamp set up for free if you like. Or there are multiple other products in this little brochure. You can actually get to this brochure if you go over to my Stampin' Up! Store. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's catalogs. There's digital catalogs you can see. Or you can type in Celebration, and it will pull everything up. All right, let's get started. So I have a piece of thick white cardstock. It is measured 4 1/4 by 11 inches. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Simply scoring tool here. And I am just going to score this at 5 1/2. I have another piece of just regular basic white. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and I am going to score this every ½ inch on the short side here. So I'm going to go 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, and 3 1/2. All right. So I got a nice little texture here. Kind of looks like, I don't know, I was going to say shiplap, but that's not the word I'm looking for, but you get the idea. All right, so that's what we need that Simply Scoring tool for. I'm going to just take my card, fold it in half. I'm going to bring this in. I'm just going to adhere it right on to my card front there. Just like that. Now I wanted to use multiple different designer series paper. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out where I put my plaid designer series paper, which is really what I wanted to use. I have no idea what I did with it. So we're just going to stick with the, and I forgot how to pronounce this, broken bokeh, or it's B-O-K-E-H, right? There's a lot of fun colors in here, so we're going to use some of these. As you can see, I've been using my little stash here. We're going to measure a piece that, actually, I have my die cut shape from my Greetings of the Season. This is one of the last chance products. So there's a stamp set if you want the stamps, or there's these dies. Now, if you go and want to purchase this, purchase them separately. Don't purchase it as a bundle, because right now these are on sale for different prices, so you get a better deal if you buy them individually. But I'm using this tag right here. I do love the tags that come in here. They can be used with anything. And so I'm going to show you how they're going to be used with anything, because, hey, we're not going to be using those sentiments. All right, so now I just have to come up with one of the papers I want to use. I want a blue one. Here we go. We'll use blue. So on one side it has like kind of the dots, and the other side it has a texture. Well, not texture, but I don't know. I can't find words today. I apologize. I don't know. I've been in meetings like since 8 a.m. straight, and I'm talked out. All right, I'm going to grab a piece of just basic white cardstock. I'm going to do some stamping. I'm going to do some coloring with my blends, and then, oops, better move that before I knock everything else. I'll do a little die cutting, and we'll assemble our cards. So I'm going to stamp all the different images I'm going to use, because we are going to use 3 different stamp sets. So I'm going to take my little bird here. Let's see. I want the bird with the French fry. All right. So we'll get a block. And I rearranged my desk. So sorry if I'm looking like I'm kind of frantic. I'm not frantic. I just rearranged and I keep reaching in my old spots for my things. All right. So I've got one of these. Now this one I'll have to fussy cut because I don't have a die for this one. So I've got that. So let's clean that one off and put my little guy away. I'm going to grab one of our trusty tools. I believe this is also one of our last chance products. Or no, it's in our current catalog. The dies that coordinate with this, the trusty tool dies, are another celebration item that you can get for free. So these are amazing. Okay, this is a hot mess, but these are really fun to use. There's all different pieces to use. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to take the paintbrush. That's the one I want to use. And I'm actually just going to stamp my paintbrush and then I'll die cut that out. I'm going to stamp actually 2 of them. And this one I don't even have to color, and I'll show you in just a moment why. So I'm going to take this. I will list all the products in the description and in the comments. And I apologize, I forgot to turn off my notifications on my phone. All right, I'm going to pull this back in. I'm going to grab this stamp right here. I'm going to grab my pecan pie. We're going to stamp our handles. So this one I don't even have to color. I feel like there's something on my stamp here, but we'll just go with it. So I'm looking through the stamp and just kind of lining that up. Looking through the stamp, lining it up. My hands are a little shaky today too. So I'm not quite spot on with everything. All right. And now the next thing I need to have is my little color for my paintbrush. You know, and I don't even know what color I'm going to use because I don't even know. We're going to use, I think we're going to use Calypso Coral. Let me just check the back of here and see what colors we have here. So, Calypso Coral. All right. Here's my Calypso Coral one I'll use. All right, let's get a little block. And we'll grab our... Now sometimes I just have to stamp this off to the side just to see what kind of direction it's going in. And there we go. So I wanted to make sure I was stamping it in the right direction. So I've got it right here. I'm going to put a little more on there. And then this one, I'll turn it this way and I'll stamp this one. There we go, a little paint there. All right, and the last one I'm going to stamp is going to be one of our darling dinos. This is going to be my featured stamp set for my craft along for March. So let's grab one of the dinosaurs. I really like that dinosaur. I think he's the cutest. It reminds me of The Land Before Time, the little cartoon my children used to watch when they were little bitty. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to grab this. And I'm using my Memento ink because, like I said, I'll be using my blends to color. Let's make things easier. Let's do this. Instead of having to color it, I'm just going to grab a piece of boho blue here. And we're going to stamp it right on, actually not boho blue, we'll grab balmy blue. We're going to stamp it right on there and then die cut it. It will just save us some time in the video and not have to color. All right, so there we go. There's my dinosaur. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now that we're done with that part of my stamping, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of die cutting here so we're all prepped. Then we'll actually start assembling our cards. So let me pull in my die cut machine. Let me pull the paper in here. All right. And Darling Dinos. I am going to color my dinosaur just a tad. I want him to pop out a little bit more. Sorry, it didn't stay in place here when I went to go cut this. Right. So we've got our dinosaur and our paintbrush, and that one jumped around. Okay. My goodness. I feel like I'm about 90 years old today. Don't know what's going on. I can't talk, can't find my words. Apparently can't die cut either. It happens. It happens to all of us. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's handmade, right? Okay. Get this out of our way. Where did I put my dinosaur die? Hopefully I'll put it away. All right, this one I do have to color. So I'm going to grab my basic black. I'm using my light basic black. And sorry, I just found my die. It was off to my side. I didn't want to lose it. I'm going to color the very outside of its wings here. Then I'm going to bring in my smoky slate, and actually my gray granites. That's what I like to use for this one. So I got my gray granite here, my dark gray granite. I've got my light gray granite. I'm going to come back in with my dark and just add a little bit more. There we go. We'll grab, let's see. No, I don't want to put some coral. I'm going to grab my daffodil for my, sorry, I was kind of like trying to decide what colors I wanted to use. My daffodil here for my french fries. And I'm going to grab my peach pie for my feet and beak. This one's really easy to color. It doesn't take much. All right. I'm going to quickly cut this out. Get little snips here. I find it a little easier to trim down my cardstock when I'm fussy cutting. That way I don't have such a large piece to work with. And I'm just going along the edges. I'm not being perfect. You can get as close to the edge as you want, or you can just really, you could have just left it as a square. All right, oops, I just cut right into his head. Oops, sorry, little seagull. All right. Oh, and I lost my screen. The internet doesn't want to play nice either today. So I'm not going to worry about cutting in between the legs. With my hand shaking so bad today, it's not going to happen. All right, let's get this all out of the way. All right, this one I said I wanted to color a little bit too. And I don't like that I had so much excess here, so I'm just going to trim that off. Again, I should have used my washi tape or my Post-it note tape to hold this in place, and I did not. I was kind of being lazy. All right, there we go. That'll work. And I'm going to bring in my Granny Apple Green. Now, before I do that, I like to always test it out and see how it's going to look. So I just take a scrap and I scribble a little bit on it and say, oh, yep, that'll work. So I'm just going to color in the dots. We'll do his little nails too. Why not, right? I know dinosaurs are not this color, but you know, I'm going to make it this color because I can. There we go. Okay, quick and easy, right? Let's bring in our card bases. So here was our card base. Here was this one. I'm going to probably change this up a little bit. So I have this for this, and this for this. Okay. So here I'm going to cut a piece of 3x4. So I'm going to take my papers. In fact, I'm going to take all three and cut them all at one time. All about quick and easy, right? So you could actually make 6 cards at one time here. Uh-oh, I think I just closed my... There we go. Sorry, I was looking at my computer because I felt like I closed out of it. All right. So I'm going to cut this to be 3 inches by 4. Notice I cut all 3 pieces at one time. And I still have a stack here to create 3 more cards. All right. So I was going this, 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 this. All right. I'm going to do all 3 at one time. I'll come back and put my sentiments on. So I have this. And then the other 2 bases. I'm going to get those all ready right away too. So we're going to put our piece, we're going to put here our layer. So I'm going to do that first and then I'll come back and we'll do the other parts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That one didn't want to play nice. Okay. Getting a different seal out. So all I'm doing is just putting that layer right on my 11 by 4 1/4 inch card base. I had a problem with my bin that I keep my adhesives in. It got knocked off the table, so all my adhesive fell on my carpet and stuck to the carpet. Oh, and that happened right before I did this. So, yeah, a little panic there. Okay, so I've got those 3. All right, so we're going to just start layering this all together. So on each of the cards, we'll go ahead and layer our designer series paper. Bring this back in. Okay, I'm going to move it off just to the side, just to the right a little bit. Not a whole lot. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. All right, that dispenser stopped working too. What the heck? Why are my dispensers not working? I guess I'll have to use liquid glue now. All right. And we'll just grab my liquid glue and we'll go from there. Because for whatever reason, they didn't want to play nice with me today, so. All right, here we go. 3 cards, 1 layout. Look at how fun this is kind of. I should have burnished these a little bit better, but use my scoring tool, but I did not. Now we're going to put our tag on each one of these, just like that. We're going to pop it up with dimensionals, so let's grab some dimensionals. Oh, there's our, well. Oh my gosh. I'm having sticky issues today too. It's being an adventurous crafting day, that's for sure. I may not craft later tonight because just challenged. Do you ever have one of those days? I have a lot of a lot of classwork to get done tonight too, and I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so I'm just peeling off the backings to all those and putting it right on here. I am leaving myself a little bit of space over on the side here so that I can put a sentiment, if you're wondering why I was doing that. So 1, 2, 3. Pick up the scraps later. All right. So I've got the 3. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some ribbon to this. So I'm going to look for the ribbon I pulled out. I'm using the black and vanilla gingham ribbon here, and I'm just going to make a quick little bow for each one of these cards. I'm going to hide that little tag that's showing. So we're just going to make some quick bows. Maybe not real quick. All right. So today for lunch, I think I'm going to, after this video, go down and make myself a pizza. I really am in the mood for pizza. And the store had them on sale the other day. So I got a variety of pizzas, actually, because, I mean, we eat pizzas quite a bit. It's a really good quick lunch for me. And when I have a really busy day, it's just easier to do that. But they had all different kinds of, I guess, flavors, for lack of a better word. So I picked up one that was a chicken Alfredo. Picked up one that was a taco one. We had that the other day. We were trying to do a whole bunch of running around, so had to have something quick. And I'd rather do that than go to fast food. Not that I don't like fast food. You know, fast food doesn't like me, so. All right, where did that bow just go? Guess I'll have to make one more. Hold on. It just like flipped away from me. I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere that right to my tag there. Two. All right. And let's get our glue dots out. That's right. So got my glue dots here. Just going to take my bow right to that. So there's my glue dot. Put the middle of my knot right on there and just stick it right on there. Now, some of you may be asking, why do you have a piece of ribbon wrapped around your roll of glue dots? Well, I do that so that I don't have this coming unwrapped all the time. So all I have to do is just slide that, or even just when you lift this, it kind of rolls with it. You tie it very loosely. You don't tie it tight. But it keeps all this from unraveling. All right, so there we go. Now let's get to putting our little pieces together. I'm going to put my cover on my glue here. So I've got this one here. I've got this one for here. And I've got these two right here. Now notice when I die cut this, I didn't get it quite perfect. Or this one, I didn't get it quite perfect. But it's going to be going up against the white cardstock. So you're not going to really even see it. So I'm going to just, play with these a little bit. We'll go that way with them. And I think really I'm just going to put these on with liquid glue. I'm not going to even use my dimensionals. So put that right there. Next, we've got this little guy. I'm only really doing it in the center just because he's going to hang off a little bit. And this one, I'll go ahead and do this. All right. So that. Now, let's get our strips. We're going to do some 1/2-inch strips. We're going to get our sentiment stamped here. Let's see. So we've got my terrific. We'll do Happy Father's Day and I love you more than French fries. I just love that. So I think for that one, we'll use that scrap of blue that I had. All right. So I'm going to cut some 1/2-inch strips here. So I've got one for there. Where'd that white piece go? Oh, that was 3/4. Okay, that was there. Let me just redo that. And now I need, let's just see in the dynos. Okay, it's small enough that I can do a 1/2 inch. If I can measure right. It is not a good crafting day. Oh my goodness. The studio may have to just shut down for a little while. All right, I'll use the 3/4 one on that one. Okay, now let's grab our sentiments out here. Okay, we'll do this one first since it's right here. I'm just going to put my cards kind of out of the way so we can do all our stamping here. All right, and I am actually just going to be using my black memento again. And I'm going to stamp You're Terrific on the outside. Well, that will go with more with that one. Let's see. You know what might be fun is, and I hope this is going to work because I'm doing it directly on my project. This says roar means blank in dinosaur. So we're going to do roar means. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put happy birthday. Roar means. Okay, so I'm going to stamp it on my white, but I am going to trim it down after I get it stamped. So we've got happy birthday here. All right, we'll get our scissors. And grab my, I do want to have this popped up a little bit. So we are going to take some, we're going to take our little adhesive sheet here, and I am just going to cut off a thin strip here for my sentiment. So it's like 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch. It's pretty narrow. All right. Just going to lay that right there. I'm going to get rid of all this little excess here. Okay. Where means happy birthday and dinosaur. Okay. That has to be lifted just a little bit. All right. Well, we're just going to leave it at an angle. That's all right. It'll work. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of bothering me. All right. It's at an angle. It's going to happen. Okay. Got that one done. Now, let's get our trusty tools here. So let's grab our, you know what? I think thank you, because it's a very, very useful card, and it's not geared towards any one person. Like Father's Day is kind of limited to father, uncle, grandfather. So I've got thank you. I'm gonna just take it and I'm gonna put this at an angle. I'm going to take a dimensional. I'll take 2. And you know what? I decided I'm going to also do this end. Now, I didn't put dimensionals over here because it's going to overlap, and that tag was already on dimensionals. Thank you. All right. So 2 cards done, and now let's get our featured card done. So this is our seagull card. So we're going to take our little 1/2 inch strip here and our stamp set here. I love you more than French fries. So we've got this one. I'm going to grab my thin block here. All right. And we'll grab this. I think maybe I'll even just use this one strip here and just stamp both in that strip. All right. I love you more. So we're teaching our granddaughter to say, I love you. Some days she says it, other days, not so much. But she is so freaking cute. Both my grandchildren are adorable. So we have twins, boy and a girl. They keep my son on his toes. Love you more than French fries. And we're just going to cut these at angles too. Let's see. It goes this way. Wait, no, it goes this way. I couldn't remember which way I cut it. All right. Let's take my lid and cover that back up. Move all those stamps off to the side because I'm going to bring back in everything in just a moment here. And we'll grab our dimensionals. All right, that one's going there. I don't know where this sheet of dimensionals came from. It's not our normal size dimensionals. I'm kind of confused. It must have been in one of the paper pumpkin kits or something. But hey, it still works. Still love using it. I love you more than French fries. We'll just put it right below. Okay, we don't need my hair in there. All right. And now, see how I feel like he's floating? So I am just going to take my light gray granite, and I'm just going to just tap along here. To give him a little bit of a base. I'll come back in with my dark. And do that too. So it looks like he's standing on some sand or some rocks. All right. There we go. We'll do it for the little dinosaur too. So on this one, I'm just going to do it like under his feet. I'm just going to draw a little line here. Kind of like a little shadow. All right. Here we go. Let's add on. Oh no, that works. It was so good, it almost looked like a shadow. Okay, so here are our 3 cards for our Hump Day lunch break. So 1 layout, 3 cards. Let's see what you come up with. I'd love to see them. Hop over to my Facebook group. It's My Stamp Studio VIP group. Join the group and you can post photos of your cards too, or you can add them to the comments on my Facebook page. I'd love to see what you're making. All right, take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.